James Gunn, you're failing me, bro. You don't have to be Kevin Feige, but I just want you to actually be reasonable with us and actually communicate with your fans. Instead of wanting to unveil a new logo. We want to be happy DC fans. We want to have some content. We want to enjoy things. DC is starting to turn into Star Wars, bro. Seriously. We're getting to the point where fans are just not happy with nothing we're putting out. As a DC fan, I'm sitting here watching stuff from 10 plus years ago. James Gunn! What's going on, buddy? I got a bone to pick with you, bud. So as you guys know, Marvel had a pretty big panel at Comic-Con. They revealed the 2 new Avengers movies coming out in the next 3 years. Fantastic Four, Captain America Brave New World, and the Thunderbolts. Along with many other video games and etc. Well, what are we doing? Look. DC had the perfect opportunity to take advantage of Marvel's misfits over the last couple years. Okay. They were putting out garbage. DC had the perfect opportunity to hit home with some projects. Now, guess what? They're too late. Deadpool and Wolverine is a massive hit. They just announced Robert Downey Jr. is coming back in the MCU and playing Doctor Doom. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds is probably coming back to be in Secret Wars. You waited too long. DC has not done anything at Comic-Con for the last 3 years. They've only been announcing things and stuff at DC fandom. When they had the opportunity to talk about, show us some footage from the new Superman movie coming up. They could have maybe announced something coming on the past. We haven't heard anything about these DC projects since James Gunn announced them a year and a half ago. I haven't heard anything about James Gunn and what he's cooking up over there at DC. I haven't heard a thing. We just heard something about Avengers, and that movie comes out in 3 years. But you know what James Gunn wanted to talk about? Creature Commandos.
You serious?
Seriously? Out of all the things you could announce, you announced Creature Commandos. Really, James? Really? Really? I just don't understand. It's so frustrating because the DCU set up for failure. If Superman is not a hit, it's over. Everything that we wanted and hoped and dreamed for as a DC fan is just lost. Because if Marvel's smart, they have the blueprint to actually turn it back around. DC just waited too late. They could have announced games. They could have announced anything. Instead, they did nothing. They announced Creature Commandos. And a penguin and a extended, what is it? I forgot the word they're going to use for it, but it's the extended universe for the DCU. The Penguin series. And they showed a little bit of, I don't know if it was even at Comic-Con, they showed a little bit of stuff for Batman Cape Crusader. Like, what are we doing? If it was your job to want the start of DCU, you need to get your fans invested, man. I don't want to just hear about it in some random video that you just cooked up a year and a half ago just wanting to announce some projects. I want to see them in fruition. I want to see that you're actually working on them. We've heard nothing. It's just so frustrating that Marvel, every time I turn around, they are always announcing something that is always big, and DC is left on the back burner. When is the last time the DC's even announced something iconic at Comic-Con? Since Batman v Superman? When? That was 8 years ago. When is the last time? I cannot even remember the last time we've seen actual actors, that's playing a big character, as a big DC character, be on a Comic-Con panel and actually be something. I don't care about the dude playing Superman in Adventures of Superman having a Comic-Con panel. Did you not hear what I said? Robert Downey Jr., the iconic actor that started the MCU, was at Comic-Con. along with the Sebastian Stans, along with the Anthony Mackies, Florence Pugh. Heck, Pedro Pascal and everybody coming up with Fantastic Four. You know what we got? Creature Commandos. My Adventures with Superman. Seriously? Colin Farrell couldn't even make it on the Penguin panel. He had to do it virtually. What are we doing? I don't have faith in the DCU at this moment. I really don't. After seeing what the costumes look like, how they look cheap, how they don't look good, I have no hope. I really don't. Instead of doing this connected universe, if DC would have just been actually stick out, stop trying to copycat Marvel. If they would have actually just the Dark Knight trilogy is one of the most storied series in comic book movie history. It's beloved. Stop with this. I got to make an extended universe. You don't. You should have stuck what you're good at. Make fire animations. Make good trilogy movies. You tell me with Henry Cavill Superman, you could have made a lot of money with making him a trilogy and just let it be on its own? We've never seen Brainiac on the big screen. We've never seen Darkseid on the big screen. Except for Justice League, Snyder Cut, but it wasn't even that much. Didn't even get to see him do anything. Like, I don't understand why they act like they can't start just a singular universe. It's just so frustrating to talk about because I just don't understand why they just cannot capitalize on the opportunities that they're given. And not even on top of that for the movie's sake. Your animations has been garbage. The Tomorrowverse has sucked. I got a movie review coming out with the new one, the part 3. I've watched the first 2 and I'm gonna do a ultimate review on all 3. But I didn't enjoy the first 2 and I doubt I'm gonna enjoy the third one. Even your animations has been sucking. This is why the DCU is in trouble. They had the chance to capitalize on Comic-Con, get some content out, show everybody what they're working on, but no. We're too busy announcing the new DC logo and Creature Commandos and Penguin and the Penguin series that's not even going to be part of the connected universe. And My Adventures with Superman and just a small little bit of Batman Cape Crusader. That's it. Instead, Marvel's out here announcing their next couple movies, announcing 2 new Avengers films, announcing that they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. And I imagine that D23 is coming up soon, and they're going to announce some more stuff. Deadpool and Wolverine was just a hit. I think they're screwed. We're screwed as fans. We're screwed. Because nobody's going to show up for these films. Nobody's going to show up to the box office. Superman's got to compete with Fantastic Four next year. I will not be surprised if they move the release date. You got to give if you want the DCU to work, you got to give the fans some hope. You have to announce the new Batman project you're working on. Announce the Green Lanterns. Who's playing the Green Lanterns? We've heard nothing about this. Nothing. The new Paradise Lost. And hopefully you announce Wonder Woman's part of that. Something. Just something to give us hope. We haven't heard nothing about the Wonder Woman game that's been announced for almost 2 years now. James Gunn, you're failing me, bro. I need you. You're supposed to be our Kevin Feige. Even though you got some big shoes to fill with that, you don't have to be Kevin Feige. But I just want you to actually be reasonable with us and actually communicate with your fans. Instead of wanting to unveil a new logo. We want content. We want to be happy DC fans. We want to have some content. We want to enjoy things. DC is starting to turn into Star Wars, bro. Seriously. We're getting to the point where fans are just not happy with nothing we're putting out. As a DC fan, I'm sitting here watching stuff from 10 plus years ago. I mean, come on, make something. Do something. Jesus, I'm out.